Blue-white Emeria is a thing that has been played off and on in Modern. It's one of those decks that's kind of clunky that people register anyways. This is an iteration on that. This attempts to overcome some of the clunk that blue-white Emeria has by jamming cat combo into it to occasionally get some free wins, which is, again, I think it's a good way to approach Modern. Like, especially if you want to be interactive, like, this isn't quite Splinter Twin levels of power, but it's like the same idea, right? Like, we've got these kind of controlling elements that are going to win us some games, and then we have this 1-2 combo kill that's going to steal us other games that we have no business winning. Santa's magic cards in it. Nah, I don't really keep up on, like, magic art stuff. It's not anything that's, like, relevant to my life. I don't really care what my magic cards look like. I just want to cast them. What are my thoughts on unbanning Splinter Twin? Unban it. Modern's a giant cluster of people playing degenerate decks. What's one more? Hey, Archaic Fire, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. So, not Bant Spirits. Some kind of Esper deck. I guess there was an Esper Spirits deck that floated around for a hot second. Could also just be like one of those terrible Esper Taxes decks. I've just fought the good fight for longer than most of these people have been playing Magic Dimir Spy. Like, I've spent years campaigning to clean up Modern. You know what? Modern's never gonna get cleaned up. Give up on it. Accept the degeneracy for what it is. The format is what it is. Love it or play something else. Just go full degen. If you want to play fair decks, play standard. I think is a great way to look at it. Quell me, baby. Morning, Thaddeus. Hope you have a safe flight back. Yeah, looks like some kind of Esper Vial deck. Yeah, Legacy just lacks variety of gameplay for the most part. Like, Legacy decks basically all fall into one of three categories. There's the blue Brainstorm Ponder Force of Will decks. There's the Chalice of the Void Thalia decks that are trying to metagame the blue Force of Will decks. And then there's the cheesy all-in combo decks that are hoping the blue decks don't draw their Force of Will or hoping to get under the Chalice of the Void Thalia decks on turn one. Like, painting with broad brushstrokes, everything in Legacy falls into one of those three spots pretty much. Xerox, Prison, and Meme. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Wow! Meddling Mage the Flickerwisp. Rude. Yeah, they could have had Spell Queller or Resto there, but I think I'm okay with that gamble. Let's go ahead and reset their Aether Vial here so that I have anything better to do. Untapped land, baby. Poppy would like it. 1 untapped land, please. Sad. Spread them. All right. All right. Cooking with gas here. Heyo. Heyo. And we technically have a combo in our hand. So for those that aren't familiar, Sun Titan actually combos with double Saheeli Rai. You just need to get one of the Saheelis in your graveyard first. I would like to block. Good chat. Good chat. Ip cheerio, mate. Take another path to exile. This is not a counterspell matchup. It's not a Stony Silence matchup. It's probably not a Nahiri matchup. Sweepers all seem okay. Spreading Seas leaves a little bit to be desired. So we in the business like to call a close game. It is definitely something. I'm gonna bring one of these in because I think it's better than Spreading Seas. Yeah, I guess Spreading Seas is fine because like Felidar blinks it to draw a card. Alright, I lied. I'm gonna leave one in. What's the Nahiri matchup? Something like a control deck or like Jund or something like that, I'd imagine. Again, this is not my deck list, the viewer submitted list, so I'm just guesstimating. But if I were to make an educated guess, that would be it. No, like, we don't even need to really combo kill the opponent. Like, we're gonna win games just by like playing Sun Titans, having sweepers. You can always find the deck list on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. If you don't have access to the Stream Decker widget for some reason, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Always try to stay organized around here. Would I ever play Green-Black Rock in a tournament again? Not if I wanted to win matches of Magic. I'm too old and bitter to play fair decks in Modern. I've done that too much. Listen, chat. When you've seen the things that I've seen, you stop playing fair decks in Modern. What's the best deck in Modern now? We don't know. Modern's a format where there's 50 decks that you could play at any given point that are all very reasonable, and everybody hates all of them. Fairs are for tourists. That's a good line. I love it. Huh. I boarded in Stony Silence. Bedlam Reveler isn't any better or worse now than it's ever been. I'm not bitter, I'm just factual. Whenever anybody hears a truth that they don't want to hear, they're always like, man, why are you so salty about it? It's like, I'm not salty about anything. I'm just realistic. It's okay. It's okay to be realistic about it. Like, I get it. Some of you out there really love playing fair decks. I love playing fair decks too, but it's unrealistic to play those and expect to do well consistently in a format like Modern. Just like not how the format works. If you want to play fair Magic, Standard is great, and I'd highly recommend it. Rude. I like my Flickerwisp opponent. I really haven't been a fan of either of those decks. I haven't played Ross Merriam's deck without Bedlam, obviously, but the Runaway Red deck in Modern, we played it a couple of times, and it felt pretty mediocre every time we played it. Just like, wasn't super linear, wasn't super powerful, wasn't super interactive. It's just like a mediocre mix of a lot of different things. I think I'm just taking Spreading Seas because all these cards suck and I would like to draw another one. I learned Magic playing Modern, and I really don't see myself playing fair decks. I always wanted to run against the clock for turn 4. That's fine. We did not, goalie. The opponent had it all, as they say. Just how it goes sometimes. The opponent, like, gave us the 2-for-1. They, like, had it all, and they took, like, 8 minutes to actually show us that they had it while we sat there with our thumb up our butt. Yeah, I like the Elves deck a lot, too. Just, like, a good mix of, like, proactive with a small amount of interactive. And it's very consistent is the big thing. I think, honestly, I think that's the biggest draw to the fair decks in Modern is their consistency. And, like, Black-Green Elves really hit this sweet spot between, like, doing your busted thing and doing it almost every game. I came for a video game and will grudgingly stay for spreadsheets. What would it take for you to transition to Standard all the time? As long as there's people that are supporting my content for Modern and Legacy, I'm going to keep doing some amount of these formats on Magic Online. Variety's the spice of life. Like, a lot of people that do all Arena, like, they play some Limited too, and I'm just, like, not about to start doing Limited. I just don't enjoy it. There's a lot of Modern decks that we get that are, like, tier 3 subs and bigger donations too, so, like, as long as those keep coming, we'll keep doing Modern. They just have, like, Restoration Angel here, right? I don't like spice in my food. Yeah. At some point, like, there's a good chance, like, I move into doing more Arena when we get a new non-rotating format there, so that way we can play a variety of formats on that client. But, like, as long as we have to dip into Magic Online to get a variety of constructed formats, we're gonna still be playing Magic Online here. Meddling Mage is on Flickerwisp. Are we only counting 2-day opens, Tannen? I'm pretty sure I still have you beat if we're only counting, if we count all the opens. If you only count 2-day opens, you're probably ahead. But if we count the OG opens, I've got like 14. Did you hit 15? And good morning, Tannen. I'm not really a fan of the term fair or unfair, as it doesn't do any deck playing Noble Hierarch already act unfair by playing ahead on curve. No, like, whenever somebody tells me, whenever somebody interjects that, like, I'm not a fan of using terms fair or unfair, it's because they're just, like, using the definitions incorrectly. I think I found something, Tannen, so don't work too hard. I think I just cast this card now, right? Feels like a cast this card kind of moment. Oh, I should have left up double white since I have 2 paths in my hand. Whatever. Bye, friends. So, like, this, like, looks bad for us, but really this is a 2 for 2. Because, like, we're killing both their meddling mages and, like, both of these drew cards for us. Unlocking these Flickerwisps is nice because these Flickerwisps will draw cards since I have Spreading Season play. Which, to be fair, was the reason we left Spreading Season in our deck, so that's nice. Hey, Peter MTG, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Monday. Why would I reset the vial? Resetting the vial is way worse than drawing a card. Is this like the stupid nullifier card? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Ugh. So this counters my spell for people that don't know what modern staple Ulamog's nullifier does. Thanks, Peter. Well, I appreciate the support. Thanks for helping make this my job. Spells that are Eldrazi. Yeah, to a degree, right? Rude. But Auriok Champion has protection from black. She has protection from black, Chad. Isn't this a black card? Oh, man. That's fine. We can, So how cute do I want to be here? So they have cards exiled in their exile zone. I could just image their Strangler and Strangler their Strangler. But I could Flickerwisp their Relic and try and process their Relic. The thing is, though, like, this Flickerwisp just gets to draw a card on the Spreading Seas. Yeah, I think I'd rather just draw a card. I think I'd rather just draw a card. Yeah, Eldrazi Processors work with Rest in Peace in play. Gobble, gobble. Am I getting nullified again? Rude. And then, unfortunately, a lot of our comeback mechanics from here involve leaning into the graveyard, so the fact that we're behind 3 cards right now means we're gonna have a really hard time catching back up here. Yeah, we're probably not gonna be able... I started over an hour early today, and we're probably only gonna get to 4 decks. We're gonna have a bunch of 2-hour decks today, it feels like. This deck's a bit of a slog, too. And the Legacy deck took forever because people were playing really slowly. What have they done that makes me want to rethink Nahiri? Why? What appeal does that have? What issue does it solve that we're currently having? What card am I cutting from my deck that's currently in it to bring Nahiri in? Make constructive and specific arguments, generate discussions. Nahiri's not card advantage. She's card selection. Sculler me, baby. Nahiri only exiles artifacts that are tapped, so she's not particularly useful against most of the artifacts my opponent is playing. Maybe Auriok Champion isn't good enough. Like, the points of health don't really matter most of the time. Yeah, Nahiri kills all tapped creatures. That's how her text box works. This doesn't activate till we have 7, so... And, like, even once we activate this, like, they have Relic of Progenitus in play that they blow up. What's going on, Stan? Welcome to a live one. No, it's not just Disenchant. I don't think I ever want to draw this Emrakul, so I'm not going to board that in. Yeah, this league's going to be another slog, Marty. Not win conditions. Did you get Sun Titan? And this is like the problem with putting a bunch of 4 and 6 mana cards in your modern deck is you have to look at opening hands with 4 and 6 mana cards in them. Yeah, I played a little bit of the Onslaught online. They rolled out on their app the same day they rolled it out in paper. Looking for some lands. Hope I draw a third land. How about a 6-drop Hogland? You want to draw a 6-drop? It's going to be a 4-mana spell this turn. Oh, 3-mana spell. Yeah, it's incredibly castable. Incredibly reasonable and castable. And like, this is something we talk about a lot in this stream. Like, you can look at a deck in Modern and look at the curve, and any deck that looks like this for the curve, on average, is going to be incredibly clunky. Most of the decks that are good in Modern, their curve tends to look something more like this, or maybe even lower, something like this, with maybe like 1 or 2 things in the 4 slot. Like Modern. Modern's a format that, generally speaking, is about brutal efficiency. And when your curve just has all these 3 and 4 mana cards in it, your deck's just not that. Your deck is just not that. How we doing, folks? Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for hanging out here while we get Dumpster playing a little bit of Modern. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are a big reason of why I'm able to do this full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. Hey, Super Flowers Derp. Thanks for the 4-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. By subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. Love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal and check out with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there with them. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 5 months now and really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HoaglandBedUS and bit.ly/HoaglandBedCA. Cool Stuff Inc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, you might hear my wonderful shuffling deck here. My shuffling deck is protected by none other than my BCW Elite Guard sleeves. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on orders of sleeves, deck box, and all sorts of other great Magic the Gathering and gaming accessories there with them. I'm going to head on into the second match here with this Jeskai Saheeli deck. I always love when the shilling lines up perfectly with finding a match. Just some good clean Levin. Are those the same sleeves when you first got the sponsorship? Yeah, I actually haven't replaced the sleeves on my shuffling deck yet. Morning, Emma Chill. What cards are in the shuffling deck? It is a casual red-green madness deck that I built as a child. All right, Auriok Champion's text box doesn't matter in this matchup, so it's going to block this Glistener Elf. I did not E-Teach War. Ooh. A flying creature. That's exciting. Field of Rune's pretty good here against Inkmoth Nexus as well. I mean, that's just Magic as Richard Garfield intended it to be played, right? Just vanilla 1/1s for 2. Cheating death is magic as Richard Garfield intended, right? So I'm actually gonna get an island here, and I'm gonna Phantasmal Image their Glistener Elf, because this means if they attack their Glistener Elf in, I can block it with this, and then this will die to Infect. Because Infect puts minus counters on creatures when they block them, or when they take damage, obviously. Oh. Yeah, that's totes how that works. This is any creature. I forget. We only recently started templating things in the other way. Didn't matter, did anyways. Magic's a tough game, nothing but professionalism, etc., etc. Best magician, NA, gonna win the Invitational this weekend, etc., etc. Bye, friends. Just remember, just because your card's an instant doesn't mean you have to play it at instant speed. Ghost Quarter them while they're tapped out so they can't blow us out. Lone Missionary. Mission is scary. Start a revolution. Polluting the airwaves. Such a disaster. Such a catastrophe. You can see so much of his... You asked for me? Well, I'm back. That's the best part about playing Lone Missionary. You get to rap a little bit. Legally obligated to rap when we draw Lone Missionary. I would like to block. I'm 80% sure you messed up the lyrics. Well, I self-censored part of myself, Marty. Kick it. Do 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 do. Dear opponent, please don't kill me. Now we're gonna go for the punk fake here. I'm gonna shock this bad boy back in because our health total doesn't matter. Yeah, kick it. Rolling into smoke on the water is another Hoaglandia classic around here. Pass priority, pass priority, pass priority, pass priority, pass priority. Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! We died to the brutal and efficient modern deck. We drew the best possible card in our deck on turn 5 and still died horribly. Yay, magic! Yay, magic! I'm not bringing in Swan Song because they're going to kill me with the stupid 2/2. Whew. I was worried about this league being long. I think we've dodged the long bullet, I think. I think we've dodged the long bullet. Oh, we died. We died a terrible, terrible death. Our opponent became immense and then smacked us in the face. Ooh, found a combo piece. This is my 2/1 that flies. I have boarded in Remorseful Cleric as a vanilla 2/1 flyer. I guess it theoretically can hurt their graveyard for Become Immense, but that's not why it's in our deck. Opponent gave us the plague. How did Shoal perform? We went 2 and 3. Took a giant pile of money and flushed it down the toilet. Or as I like to call it, we played Legacy. Do 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 do. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang tight here. If they want to attack this and I can block, they'll be forced to pump, and then I can path in response to the pump. Rude. Yep. I agree, goalie. Definitely a weakness. Which spell, opponent? You mumbled there for a second. Which spell was that? So path before Field of Ruin, because Field of Ruin is going to give my opponent an untapped land. Again, using my Field of Ruin proactively right now, so that way my opponent can't protect the Inkmoth Nexus next turn when we try to do it. Just want to be as conservative as possible when you're playing against Infect to give them as little possible chance to interact with your interaction. Motivates you to do your homework. Well, if you're in college, you're paying money to go to college. And not doing your homework is like taking your money and throwing it in a garbage can. So you probably like your money, so you should do your homework as opposed to throwing it in the garbage can. I'm a big fan of my own money, personally. I don't like to throw it away. You're still in high school. Yeah, shouldn't you be in school right now then? Are you in the UK maybe? Well, we found a combo. We found a combo. From the Netherlands. Okay, that makes sense. He's dead, Jim. You killed him. Are you happy with yourself? Are you pleased with what you've done? You've killed him. He's dead. So, like, I could play this, but then, like, there's a chance I die next turn. So I'm just going to go ahead and cast the Verdict and keep their board clean. Don't tell me where to dump my money. What's going on, K. Cole? Gonna blink this one. Reattach it there. Alright, big bucks, no vines of the Vastwood. Big bucks, no vines of the Vastwood. I guess Spell Pierce gets us to here. Meow. You know, it might even be right to lead on the path on their Blighted Agent here to try and bait the vines out. Oh gosh, they just have all the things. Oh man, I hope they kill me next turn. I really hope they kill me. Alright, opponent. Pump spell, become immense, dead me. Am I dead yet? Sweet. Alright, second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a whole lot worse. We did the thing, chat. We dodged a frisbee with that one. I would say we dodged a bullet, but bullets are brutal and efficient. Hey, 1605, thanks for the 5-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Chipping your Bezo bucks this way again this month. I mean, this hand's like actually the stones for us, right? Like we get to Path to Exile, their first threat. We have a Wall of Omens as a blocker, and then we curve into the combo. Why do you think Infect fell out of favor in Modern for so long? It's just not better than anything else. Like, it's just fine. And like, when everything's just fine, there's no reason to like play a deck unless you really like it. Is it not right to path while they're tapped out there? No, I don't want to do that because I have the Wall of Omens to block this. Oh, that should have been Sacred Foundry. Crap. I was clicking and talking at the same time. Clicking and talking at the same time is dangerous. Dynamite Tank, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Welcome, I appreciate that. This 10 out of 10 should have been a Sacred Foundry. Collective Brutality didn't do Infect any favors either. All right, who said we were never going to draw a third land and die? You've got a 10-minute break coming. You did this to us. Rude. Rude. They didn't believe, chat. If chat just believes... If chat just believes we'd get there. If y'all would have just believed a little bit harder, we'd have drawn a third land. This is on you, chat. Hope you're happy with yourselves. Oh yeah, I technically should sacrifice that to get rid of their thing. You're correct. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. Okie doke. Okie doke. Okie doke. Okie dokie artichoke. Skip it. Skip it. All right, and now I have to ask the question that every modern player has to ask at some point in their lives. Am I dead yet? What's going on, Loam? Congrats. Programming's fun. Listen, chat. Their deck is mono 1-mana spells. The odds of them not having other things to do there, like... I'm done. I probably shouldn't have accepted this one. I think I'm just going to start rejecting decks based on their curves. Like, again, just like, look at the curve of this deck. And like, you can generally tell how good a deck's gonna be based on its curve in Modern. And yeah, yeah. Let's compare to the deck that I'm playing at the Invitational. Look at the curve of this deck. And now look at the curve of this deck. And these are even, I usually put these over here because they're really like a 4+ mana spell. These go long. Like, when you compare the two, it's kind of like night and day, right? It's kind of like night and day. I mean, Tron actually has a pretty low curve, Andrew. If you look at the number of 1- and 2-mana spells in Tron, it's really high.